News of more water austerity out west. The Bureau of Reclamation notified Nevada and Arizona that residents will have to deal with another year of water cuts. Now, the federal government is trying to respond to the mega drought across the West, which has now lasted for more than 2 decades and is considered the worst in 1,200 years. Dry conditions are causing the Colorado River and its reservoirs, like Lake Mead, to slowly disappear. The river provides drinking water to upwards of 40 million people across 7 states, as well as supports millions of acres of farming, and is responsible for a big chunk of electricity generation in the region through hydroelectric dams. But due to the drought, which has been exacerbated by climate change, all of that could collapse. The river just can't seem to reverse the damage and replenish itself. Water levels at Lake Mead have nearly reached deadpool status, the point at which the Hoover Dam will no longer be able to generate electricity. Already, power production at the plant is down over 30%. And so, the federal government is intervening to force reductions in water use. First ever cuts were announced last year when Arizona and Nevada had to cut their usage by 18% and 7% respectively. Starting in January next year, Arizona will have to reduce its consumption by an additional 3%, and Nevada an additional 1%. Mexico will also be forced to make an additional 2% of cuts on top of the 5% reduction last year. Governments will now have to decide how to balance the water austerity between fast-growing cities in the desert and the agricultural fields nearby. In some cases, already farmers were paid to not grow anything as a way of reducing consumption. This time around, state officials are hinting that it could be Native American tribes that are forced to make sacrifices. The water cuts are a temporary solution to a long-term problem of a changing environment that requires changes in consumption. The federal government set a deadline for the 7 states that rely on the Colorado River to come up with a plan to cut their water use by at least 15%. But those states blew past that deadline, meaning the federal government could in the future impose even more severe water restrictions on the region. In retrospect, maybe building major cities in a freaking desert wasn't the best idea, especially after pursuing energy policy that ensures deserts will keep getting drier and drier. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, if you want to see Means Morning News in its complete form, not just the clips we post here, head on over to Means TV and get access to all our new episodes and our entire backlog, plus tons of other great movies and original TV shows.